what was the big break like for you? Was it hard to break in, and did you ever feel like it was never gonna happen?
Yeah, I did because like when like so much has changed in the publishing world in the just even the last decade. So I started writing seriously probably in 2007, 2008. But I had like performance anxiety, basically. Like I wouldn't submit
Yeah.
it to anybody because then it became real. Like it was, then you're actually doing this. But during that time, keep in mind, so I think I finished the book like in 2009, and then in 2010, I, found this website called quarrytracker.net. And this is a website back then. I believe it still exists where you could submit your queries, whatever your first 10 pages, and people in the forum would help critique it or make changes. But keep in mind, like back then, like Twitter, I think just started. Um, the internet was nowhere near the way it is now. And so there wasn't a lot of readily available information at your fingertips, but also back then. And so this would be about 2010. And so that's what, 14? No, wait a minute, I can't count. It's 14 years ago. Yes. I'm like, wait a minute. Time
I'm,
has no,
I can't count either,
yeah.
so I'm not correcting you.
Yeah, I was like, time has no meaning now. But like self-publishing, for example, or even small press publishing, meaning an independent publisher that wasn't a part at that time, like the big six, was heavily frowned upon. It
Yeah.
was not a thing for the vast majority of people. And it was extremely hard to get an agent. So I had to go about it like pretty much the way everybody does. But I had somebody, I forget what I got, was somebody had posted advice somewhere and they said, like, while you're out on submission with one book, start writing another book because the first one may not be it, but the one you're working on now may be. So I kind of did that. But my first publisher was a small press publisher. And I had that deal before I signed with an agent. And then I signed with an agent after that. Um, but I did have a very unorthodox way for that time because again, back then they were self-publishing or indie publishing with an independent publisher
Yeah.
was heavily frowned upon. But I stuck with it and you know, I s- I always believe the don't put your eggs all in one basket
Yeah.
mentality. Like so, but it definitely an unorthodox way, but I'm glad now for newer writers. You have so many more options for people,
Yeah.
and viable options than we did even 14 years ago.